Welcome this special lesson of geography, class 8, unit 2nd. Land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. In previous lesson, there is some information regarding natural resources, their definition, their parts, types of natural resources. In this lesson, we are seeing land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Actually, these 4 units are there, clubbed here. We are seeing separately one by one. First, we are seeing land as a resource. In this, we are seeing land, soil, water and natural resources. What is land? Different major points we are discussing here. Difference in the quality, types of land, land uses, resources of difference in population in the world. Why there is a difference in population? There is much importance of land, and what is the importance of land we are discussing here. And for most important thing, how to conserve this resource. Now let's see 2 paragraphs from our book. I am reading this accent written in our book. In a small village in Tanzania, Africa, Mama gets up very early in the morning to fetch water. She has to walk a long way and returns after a few hours. She then helps her mother in the house and joins her brother taking care of their gods. All her family owns is a piece of rocky land around their small hut. Mama's father can barely grow some maize and beans on it after toiling hard. This is not enough to feed their family for the whole year. This one is a small stanza or small paragraph from book, and that is related with a girl lives in Tanzania. Now let's see another paragraph that is also from our book. Peter lives in the heart of the sheep rearing region in New Zealand, where his family runs the wool processing factory. Every day when he returns from home, Peter watches his uncles taking care of their sheep. The shipyard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in the far distance. It is managed in a scientific way using the latest technology. Peter's family also grows vegetables through organic farming. Now let us discuss these 2 farms. One is from Tanzania, second one is from New Zealand, one is Mamba's farm and second one is Peter's farm. Now what are the difference in this? Difference in the quality of land is there, and if we see there is a differences. First thing is that where they are living, that is the difference. One is in New Zealand, second one is Tanzania, Africa. Now Peter goes to school every day, but Mamba has to take care of her brothers and sisters. If we see, Mamba's day starts early in the morning with fetching water, but that Peter has no work except study. She then helps her mother in the house and joins her brother and taking care of their pets. If we see or compare it with Peter, yard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in the Peter's family also close. Now here we see Peter has a wool processing factory, sheep farm is there, while Mamba has a rocky land, small farm is there. It is full of rocks here produces. Now if we, what are the types of land? There are two types of land. One is private land, second one is community land. Private land always owned by some individuals and community land always owned by common property. These are normally government uses and it is common property uses. Now what are the land uses? There are much land uses, different types of land uses are there. First one is most important for agriculture we are using. Second one is for forestry. Then mining. Then building houses, roads, setting up industries. These are the major land uses. If we compare in the world, then most of the land, as if we compare some countries, in India there is 57% of agricultural land is there and 22% of forest land is in India. As compared to Australia, cropland or agricultural land that is contained only 6% in Australia, coastal land is 56% and forest there is 14%. In China, if we compare this, agricultural land is 10%, coastal land is 34% and forest land is 14%. And if we compare with world, we have 11% of the total agriculture land and forest land is compared with, that is 31%. And for other uses, that is 32% throughout the world. These are the major land uses in the world. Now see some facts. 90% of the world population occupies only 30% of the land. Here is a globe and we know that there is 30% total land is there, land portion is 30% and water portion is 71%, approximately 29% of land is here and 29% with water cover. Now, if we compare only this land, 90% of the world population occupies only 30% of the land. And the remaining 70% land, 10% of the population lives or acquires 70% of the land. Means there is a much difference in the world population where they are habited. 70% of the land neither sparsely populated or uninhabited. There is one picture, Selberg of Austria. Notice in how many ways the land has been used in the picture. There are so many much uses of land we can compare it. Now what are the differences in population in the world? One of the most reasons, varied characteristics of the land and climate, where we are interested to live. There are so many characters of land. Just we see Mamba's farm and Peter's farm. Mamba's farm is rocky and as compared to Peter's farm, that is agriculture land, that is very good for agriculture. Such type of land we are preferring. Second one is climate. Wherever high temperature is there, we are not preferring to live there. Wherever low temperature, very low temperature is there in the world, we are not preferring such type of land for living. In equatorial regions, we are not preferring because there is rainy areas there. temperature or more rainfall, we are preferring moderate land where all such things are easily accessible for us, not more, not less. The rough topography, we are not preferring high any such type of places. Steep slopes of the mountains, we are not preferring. Low-lying areas was susceptible to waterlogging. Desert areas, we are not preferring that. Thick forest areas also, we are normally sparsely populated or inhabited. And because of that, so many land in different parts of the world, there is much population in some part and less population in another part. Especially where we are preferring in the belt of river basin. And world's major river basins are Ganga, Brahmaputra river basin. Then in China, there are two major rivers are there. In even wherever, in every continent, wherever is the rivers, we are preferring that because there is accessible, water is accessible for that for us, land easily land is accessible for us, and climate is suitable for us, and because of that we are preferring such type of land. Plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture, and because of that only we are preferring this. Now there are so much important of land. What are these? Demand is increasing. If we compare last 2 decades, population is increasing. Before 2 decades, population is much less as compared to today. Demand is increasing day by day. Quality differ from place to place. One type of quality is not in river basin, there is good quality of land we get. But as compared to Saharan desert, there is not such good quality. Underground water resources, where they are available, we are trying for that land. Encroachment of community land for building purposes. So much land is encroached, especially forest land, especially mountain, and we are encroaching that land. And particularly these are community lands. These are for building purposes, these are for setting up cities, and so many cultural changes in between last 2 decades that is happening. Now let's see about 200 years ago. These are the land uses. There is agriculture farm, and so much community land was available here. But after some years, after 50 years, some encroachment was appeared there, and community land now occupies by some people. The encroachment here is increasing, and if we compare this, now here we get mega city. Means all community land now converted into big mega city. There are large scale destruction of forest cover and arable land has created a fear of losing these natural resources. That is danger for us. Now, how we have to conserve land? If we have to conserve the land resource, there is the only Minimize the use of fertilizers and pesticides. Wherever we require, minimize fertilizers and pesticides for agriculture purpose. And minimize the excess use of water. Due to using of excessive water, land is become degradable. These are the major causes for degradation, deforestation, using of fertilizers, using of pesticides, and using of excess water. These becomes land degradable. And if we avoid this, we can conserve our natural resource. Now, what is landslide? Mass movement of rock, debris or earth down the slope, that is called as landslide. There is one case study. A massive landslide hit Pangi village near Rocking Pio in Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh and damaged a 200-meter stretch of old Hindustan-Tibetan road, National Highway 22. This landslide was triggered by intense blasting at Pangi village. Due to the blasting, this weak zone of slope collapsed and caused intense damage due to road and nearby villages. The Pangi village was completely vacated to avoid any possible loss of life. Now here is a video of that incident. This was happened few years back, and same incident was occurred about 5 to 6 years before in Maharashtra. That was Malin village in Ampegaon Taluka, district Ahmednagar. One day what happened? So many rainfall was there in the night, and in the morning one bus was go to that village, and the driver found out there was no village at all. All the symptoms of village were vanished, and after that government got to know that village totally destroyed due to effective way to arrest landslide. These are some. The surface drainage control works are implemented to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater and spring flow. Here is one activity. Observe the land and types of soil and water availability in the region where you are living. We will discuss it in our class. How it has influenced the lifestyle of people there.